and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2 as I bop away to the tavern music. Never gets old, I love it. And as it ends, we must depart the king's coffin. So in today's session then, the only place left here on the island of Dunnage, or the free city of Dunnage, the only place left to explore is the Balefire Beacon, which is where we anticipate Captain Furrante being. And we need to speak with him, apparently. Oh, and again, it's just the building. There's no preamble here. Okay, so Fedoran, you can't quite see him, but as we move forward, he's decked out in his finery. He's speaking with a notable Principe captain, and especially when he's going to be parleying on behalf of the Valian Republics, no less. He needs to be looking prim and proper. So this is probably the way down to the high seat, the high table, or whatever it is, where the bigwigs sit in here. So we won't go there just yet. We'll have a bit of a poke around first. Hopefully we won't get ourselves into too much trouble in the meantime. Ooh.
Yourself a look at that, mate.
Oh, oops-a-daisy. I don't think Nado could resist the glint of the coin there, and there's nobody in the room. Fedoran's shooting him a scathing look. Hey, when in a pirate town, do as pirates do. When in Rome, don't they say? What is this Rome you speak of? Fedoran wondering. Yeah, there he is. Some kind of a circle, some kind of a ring. The ring of fire. And it burns, burns, burns. Stars guide you to the Balefire Tower. Well, we'll make sure to swing by there before we leave. Sounds like the kind of place to get a good view, you know? Okay. Let's go and parley with old Furrante, shall we? Everybody stay here, thank you.
Sure.
Captain Mayor Treveliso, Goldfin, Two-Eyed Pim, there's Ferrante, so this is some kind of pirates captain circle, Aeldis, no less, Benwith, and Mad Marina. Okay, some kind of council, with only one presiding right now. And it's the man we come to speak with.
Castell warned me you would come, but he did not indicate how much he'd have briefed you in advance.
The captain straightens the frilled cuffs of his sleeves, ready to get down to business. Yes, well, Castell seemed to be under the impression that you could use the help.
You can assure Castell that I would have handled it in due time. I've simply been tied up with other matters.
A frown tugs at the corners of his mouth, and he strokes a thumb thoughtfully along the curved grip of his flintlock.
However...
And then he smiles, sharply and without any warmth.
If you were to handle this small matter for the both of us, I would see to your reward, personally.
Oh, I see. Reward?
Of course, amico. You would be doing for me a grand favor, one which requires the exchange of coin. You're to go to Crookspur and speak with a Master Kua. He runs the island.
Seraphine's mouth falls slightly open, Vertigo tickles the edge of your thoughts as if you were peering over the edge of the world.
Flogging fuck.
What? Seraphim growls, his nostrils flaring above a curled lip and crooked teeth. An ice-cold slither of loathing and betrayal slides between your ribs and into the space between your lungs. Seraphim turns away, and the feeling fades.
Hand me your map, and I'll mark Crookspur's location. I trust that Castal has already pressed upon you the need for discretion regarding this matter. Don't
He snatches the map from your hands.
answer that.
After scrawling a black X, he hands the map back and turns away without another word. Sail to the Slaver port in Crookspur. A shrewd proposition. Assist Captain Furrante. So by helping him, I think we're doing 2 quests here. We need to go to Crookspur. So, tally-ho and toodle-pip and all that. So we've got Crookspur. There's a couple of quests for us in Crookspur. There's a bounty down there. This one here. So that will give us 2 reasons to sail down there. But another place where we've got a few quests kind of bubbling up is the place called Sayuka. We've got Seraphin's quest there. We've got also a couple of bounties there as well. Deceiver the Shark, she's south of Sayuka. There was another quest there also. I can't remember where it was, but there was definitely one of them. But Sayuka. Anyway, there was at least two quests there.
Got it.
So that was a short and sweet visit, wasn't it? Bloody hell! Is there anything else we can say to him? I feel like we've a very short conversation. Let's just double check.
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Oh.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. What do I be but a pretty bit of man meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
Furrante rubs his thumb over his golden soulinet, violent thoughts gliding over his face like dark clouds. Then he smiles, but it's a vicious expression more than a pleasant one.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benoit.
Ah, well, yes, you could say that.
I must admit, I did not expect you to leave him alive, but I think it a shrewd decision. Whatever understanding you've come to, I do believe could prove advantageous for us in the future. Gelarde, for this you have my grandest commendation.
Ah, well, I've got to say he did have it coming.
That he did, indeed. Even though you left him alive, I am sure his pride received a long overdue beating. And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
A Cloak of Protection.
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak. I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
The Floating Hangman. I've heard of this. Please do elaborate. His lips thin, pressed taut as he half shrugs one shoulder, infuriatingly non-committal.
This galleon, what likely remains of the Von Ferrus, is a frightful legend. We have been losing ships at sea, amico, and not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit. Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say. Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
Sun-blistered and raw-boned, the pirate regards you both with a discerning glare. She tongues a chapped bottom lip but keeps quiet.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. Hit my head pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can.
Furrante sighs and rubs tidily between his brows.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
Right, what happened?
Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end. It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within, out of nowhere. Was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding, couldn't kill them, couldn't even fight them in the end.
When did this happen? She ruffles a hand through her short hair, scowls.
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Again, her fingers hesitate close to her hip, the fabric crinkled there where a pistol might normally be strapped. A muscle ticks in Furrante's jaw, but he otherwise ignores her.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
Tell me about these undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
There is a flag the Floating Hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to our Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan. But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Yes. Well, and how it... Well, she mentioned it was the mist that surprised them, but we'll get more details about that.
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
Sounds very, very terrible experience. And how exactly did you alone survive?
Calling me craven? Huh, sure, I am. Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care me.
Well, thank you for the information. I think I have enough to work with for now. Selenia cuts a glance to Furrante for confirmation. When he dismissively waves her away, her black eyes narrow and she raises her chin, defiant. But then he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly seething, and she shrinks in on herself. Fist shaking at her sides, she reluctantly retreats.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time. One moment, Watcher. Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Rivan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Darkotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Rivan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon. Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka. One Isir the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume.
Aha! Essir the Baratheon, you say? Well, I have actually spoken with Essir not so long ago, actually. His brow hoist up to his forehead.
Meaning what by that last? You were able to read his soul, despite how much time has passed?
No. He has become a death guard. We exchanged a few pleasantries.
A death guard? How fascinating. And terrible. I must of course presume that you've unearthed a promising lead for us. Perhaps you were able to learn about Rivan's whereabouts, of where her spectral ship oft anchors?
Yes, actually, yes. You see, Essir tracked Riven after she had become a death guard. They fought near the Isle of Dusk, I seem to recall. How on earth did you know that? Because I can't remember this conversation. The captain strokes his chin, his gaze contemplative.
I can summon to mind no island with such name. Likely it hides now behind another. I will charge my best chroniclers to track our isle through the centuries. I believe you're becoming an invaluable asset to the Principe, and I deeply value each of my assets. You must accept this token of my immense appreciation.
Oops, sorry about that, pal. Hold fast. Grants concentration on combat start, +1 to constitution, and immune to all push and pull effects. It's quite nifty.
Keep an ear to the sea, Amico. I will contact you when I have made a significant gain into the investigation of our mysterious floating hangman.
No problem. It's a pleasure speaking with you, Captain Furrante. I shall await your missive. In the meantime, I shall get down to business. Tapping his nose and giving a wink. Yes?
No problem.
Right, so, okay, a few developments there. We'll have to check our journal just to make sure that we know what the hell we're bloody well doing. Right, okay. So, Valiant Trading Companies of like minds. Wants to earn the loyalty of the slavers of Crookspur. Their allegiance will help Furrante bolster his own position and benefit Dr. Castor's plans. So we need to go to Crookspur and try to negotiate some kind of an alliance or an allegiance between them and Captain Furrante. So that will assist Director Castor and the Valiant Trading Company in the long term, so that's definitely something that we want to do. So recommended companion for that is Palagina, in fact, so we may bring her along as a fellow Valiant, of course. Good for trading and talking of all things that, such like. We're going to get to this quest pretty shortly too. I don't want to dither too long on this. We've got a god waiting for us. We don't want to keep a god waiting for too long now, do we? So we'll get to this. I think after we've been to... I'm thinking we're going to go to Sayuka first. So we'll put that one away for now. This one is the DLC. We'll get to that at some point. There's still quite a lot to do and so little time. We're not doing the Hawana quest for now. Oh, there you go. So there's Chornu. Chornu was a bounty. North of Neketaka and south of Sayuka. So Sayuka seems quite northerly. Sayuka. So that's Chernu. Crookspur, that's down... Well, I don't know where it is actually, we'll soon find out. This requires Crookspur. This requires Sayuka. So there's 2 bounties. South of Sayuka. That's a Valiant bounty. So we'll probably do that. So there's 2 bounties here to get. A Rawatayan captain. Not sure if we're going to do this one though. A Rawatayan. He's not a slaver, he's not a nasty person, he's just the cat that the pirates want him gone. And we've got no reason to take down Rawatayans at the moment. unless it's for the Valiant Trading Company. Mind you, this, if it's the same thing, they are kind of working together. Maritines generally tend to work with the Royal Deadfire, so we don't like them too much. So maybe we will. Maybe we will. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. So there's 2 bounties, one south of Sayuka and also another one. So we're looking for Chornu and Desiwa. Chornu and Desiwa. We're not doing that one. That's also Sayuka for him. So 2 bounties and Seraphen's quest. Seraphen's in the party right now, so I think it's a good time to get that quest cracking. An island southwest of Hasongo. We've been there and we didn't see it. This might have been a level too high for us at the time, but now it's come into play. That's an interesting one to try and take a look at. And that's Crookspur. Right, so what we're going to do first of all is, I think the first thing to do is supply up, because we're kind of low on supplies. So we need medical supplies. We need 190. We need cannonballs. 8. We need repair supplies. 25. That's good. We have got water, we've got food for the time being. But here, look what we have here. We have got different stuff. We've got extra 40 hull health. The Red Dream. Plus 40 to hull health. Now that looks fantastically good. Let's just get those for a second. Our current hull health is plus 15 with warship reinforcements. Sail is 5, 5 and 5. $15 and 15. These are better sails as well. So Troll Stitch, no, Stormwind sails are good. Red Dream hull health. The Grand Valiant Emperor commissioned his warship rights to build him a vessel that could not be sunk. The Red Dream. A cursed project. But yeah, that'll definitely give our ship a bit more sturdiness. Much needed, given it's only a sloop and we're not upgrading anytime soon. Anything else here worth double checking on? No, we've got all of these already. More of these standard things. Yeah, we've seen all of these before. So yeah, just the hull and the sails. We could actually afford to get both of them now. It would bankrupt us. No, we can't afford to get both. We can afford to get one. It would take us quite low. And we are saving for some more enchantments. But if this is going to give us extra hull health and we're going to go into ship combat with 2 bounties in a minute, this could be handy. Could be handy. We don't need that quite so much because we've already got a nippy ship given the size of it. So this would be preferable. This would be preferable. So we'll get that. And we can't move these around until we're in Nekataka, apparently. If we try and move them, we must return to the shipyard at Nekataka. So it seems to be the shipyard at Nekataka is the only place we can change the crew. Which is a bit strange. But yeah, hull health at 65 is a little bit on the low side. So let's swap that out, bring that in. Slightly slower combat speed, but hull health, much, much improved. Look at that, 90. That's a little bit better. Let's just put some more food in here. Plenty of food. It's the drink that's a little bit lacking. A decent drink at least. We've got some milk, some fine Adairan milk. Oh, not the fine stuff. No, that's for special occasions. Okay. But nonetheless, that's a little nifty upgrade, I think. Nifty upgrade indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
Save it and let's get travelling. By sea! We're out of here. I think we've done everything that we can. We can always come back if we've forgotten. Anything particular? Ooh. A missive from Captain Aeldis. Hello, lovesome. While I am disappointed you've yet to come to see me, I do understand. My little sirens tell me you've been quite busy bloodying the Deadfire, for which I can certainly appreciate. Or perhaps my first missive to you was merely lost at sea? Either way, I hear you've got a deal. Another one, really? Going on with Furrante to muck around in the mess that is Crooksburg Island. Before you go sailing in to do that cock-rot's bidding, come have a chat with me, will you? I've got a proposition for you I think you will find wickedly enticing. I'll reserve our finest berth for Lord Fedoran at Fort Deadlight's docks. Your most ruthless but truthful friend. Impossibility, should you choose, Captain Aeldis. Be a dear and bring me some candied nuts. Aye? Do we have any candied nuts? Do we have candied nuts? She's asked for candied nuts, for God's sake. I've got powwow nuts. That'll do. That'll have to do. I've got room. Right. Check this map out for a second. So, Crooksburg Isle is there. So that's to the north. And there's Sayuka, which is what we need to go to. So just to the south of Crooksburg, there could be... There's Bane, you see. So actually, we can get to Bane on the way to Sayuka. So Bane, there's Desiwa. Oh, it's all coming together nicely as this, isn't it? Yeah, Royal Deadfire Company. They're not going to like it, are they? When we take down two of their ships. Tough. Tough. Right, so Bane is actually on an island, which we haven't seen yet. So that's the first port of call, I think. There's Sayuka on the way, and we are down here. Oh, there's Bane. There you go, let's do that. Okay, we're on our merry way. Ship ahoy. Where? The Lord Fedoran is coming. Oh, there's Desiwa the Shark. It's a dhow. These kind of ships you don't want to mess around with because they've got like 4 cannons on each side. They get one volley off. I could be dead in one barrage with a little ship like this. So I've got to pretty much board straight away. Otherwise face catastrophe. So let's do it. "17 staff. Only got 75 hull health though. Is it the dhow I'm thinking of or something else? Might not be the dhow. There's the galleon and then there's one up from a galleon. The junk, I think it might be. Or is it the dhow or the junk? I don't know. Anyway, 12th level chanter. Less hull health than us. Got a more nimble ship, less crew. I think we give this some naval combat. Intimidate? Do we have an intimidate factor to us? You reckon? Nah, let's go naval combat. Let's try this out. Let's try this out. This could be catastrophic. Wait, we get the first blow here. I think it must be the junk that I'm thinking of, which is the really big ship. This one, I think we're okay. Anyway, we need to turn either which way, matters not. Turn to port. They scurry. And they turn, as if they're going to fire on us. And... So the question is, do we take down their crew and board like last time, or do we try to outgun them and take down their hull before ours? See the difference that the extra 40 has given us now? Really handy indeed. Fire the starboard cannons. 65% due to turning, a little bit less. It's 200 to 500 metres. It isn't within range. Why are they so low? Let's hold position for a turn. Give us a bit of time to aim. Okay, I made a mistake there. I did that in the last sea battle, I can't believe it. Oh, for God's sake, he's going to fire on us. Okay, I really think we should prepare to receive a blow here. We screwed this up. Right, we need to turn to starboard. Oh man. Here we go. They've got 3 cannons per side. Only the one hit. Only the one hit. We're lucky. We are lucky. Right, we want to fire the port cannons, not turn, for God's sake. 70%. Okay, that'll do. Now, do we go grape shot to take down the crew, or do we go cannonball to take down the hull? We've only got 2 cannons versus their 3. We'd be probably better off taking down their crew and then boarding again. So we'll go grape shot. It does still have a chance of hitting some sails as well. So here we go. Fire! Taking down 2 of their crew. That'll do us nicely. They're moving their crew about, given the losses. And we will jibe. And we will hold. What's that? And we will fire the starboard cannons at 90% grape shot. Oh, the sails and 1 member of crew. And they fire on us! 3 shots! Sail and hull damage, no crew damage, that's good. Okay, and only a little bit of damage to the hull. We're still surviving pretty nicely. Prepare to jibe. They go first. They halt. I think we need to halt, don't we, as well? We can't. Here we've jibed. Hold position. Oh, they're firing again. Just the 1 hit. Okay, fire the port cannons. So the holding gives us an extra 20 to the accuracy. So it's always worth holding before firing, it seems. Fire! Sail set on fire. Another crew member down. Takes them down to 13 crew. They scurry to their stations. And we will jibe. We go first, so we will hold. They keep moving them. They're putting out the fires here. We prepare to fire the starboard cannons. Grape shot. Woof! Nice. I think one more jibe, one more fire, and then we close to board. And we go first again. Perfect. They fire on us. Here we go. It's okay, it's okay. Fire the port cannons one last time. Nice. Very good. So I've got 1 crew member. So I've got 10 crew. I think we should be able to take down 10 crew. So the amount of shots that we'd be getting off, though, I think we could probably try to take down the hull. Maybe in another battle we'll try that tactic. See how that goes. Right. Turn to port. Full speed. Full speed. Full speed! Keep going! 70 meters! And prepare to board! Here we go. I don't know how much crew we actually ended up killing there before we actually took the battle, because they ended up with 7 in the end, and there's quite a few. Okay, there's quite a few here. Interesting. Interesting. We've got some high-level characters. Reki, Remgren. We've got Tekeu, Palagina. Should be able to do something, I'm hoping. Usual tactic. Holy smokes! Let's get them. Just get them tripped up to start with. Oh my god, this is pretty tough, you know, this is not easy. Remgren has turned. Reki's there. You see where the shark is up there. They've taken care of 1 person, I think. Right, blind. Ringleader. Bit of resolution, or maybe a bit of dire blessing.
Not a chance.
It's kind of stuck at the minute. Hang on, I've got a phone call here. Bear with me. Oh dear. Right, sorry about that. Right, there you go. Let's get Nadog into the fight. He's missing out. We can't bloody do with this. He needs to kill somebody, and quick.
Better try something else.
Ooh, look at that. We've got explosions and stuff happening again. We like it when that happens. Right, let's get some whips on. Train lightning, actually, maybe. Train lightning. What's this? So, way to take an enemy out of the fight. Destroys an enemy's memory with calculated accuracy, confusing and dazing them before jumping to alternative enemies. I just want something that's going to do some injuries. Lots of injuries. Stunning and raw damage. That'll do.
It's me too.
Quick, toss me something else.
Storm of Holy Fire. Oh, that sounds like something that we might want to do. Holy Fire? Holy Burning? Wicked Briars? I'm just having fun at this point. How do I tortuously kill the enemy? Some of my companions are falling here. I think. Where's Pallegina? Come on, now, dog. Ooh, the lightning, it jumped around. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Hang on. No, I can still hear Pallegina screaming and carrying on. I don't know where she is. We go again. More chain lightning. He's lost his... He's got like an AoE attack, hasn't he? Clear cut, I think it is. Let's try that. Oof! Oof!
Something I can do. I hope nobody saw that.
I don't know what's going on here. It's just calamity and carnage.
Hey, whose side are you on? Yeah?
Remgren versus the Sea with a Shark. Look at that dog coming over. Give me some of this. Boom! Oh, come over here quickly. Let's take Remgren versus the Sea. Who's going to win? Oosh!
Watch me work.
Well, that order is too tall.
Nice. Sacre two. Remgren is holding his own here. The cavalry's arrived, Remgren. Fear not. Boosh! Victory! Take all and continue. Beautiful! Beautiful! Right, okay, so we're okay, we're okay. So that's one bounty taken care of, a little bit quicker than we anticipated. There is another one, though. Chornu. Should we let that one slide for the time being as we take on Bane next? I think so. It's only a small island, shouldn't take long. And it's on land, which is always helpful. There's Bane. And some gold-packed knights and officers and whatever else. Interesting. There's a narrow clearing, which is usually good for us.
Hey, watch out.
This is just instant fight, isn't it? There's no build up, there's no chitter chatter, it's just, yeah, let's just flipping crack on. Right, okay. Right, we're off. And we'll just go through the buffs one at a time with Jyoti for now. This shouldn't be too bad. They've got quite a bit of ranged. There's a cipher also. Otherwise, we should be okay. Let's see if we can get a couple of them down with some of this stuff. Yeah, we just want to make sure that we get Boehner in that. And we'll try... can we try a Mind Wave? With a Cypher, maybe? That worked. Pull back. Start shooting.
After him.
That worked. Cold. I'm going to use this new one, which is Shields for the Faithful. It's a massive deflection bonus for everybody in the area of effect. Oh, it's not very big in terms of its AoE, but big enough. Right. That one. Big.
Weapon's no good to me.
The old 1-2 combination. Looking good, looking good. Right, let's go with... Try this new one. Substantial Phantom creates another copy of Fedoran. Lower level, but can do some extra damage and stuff. In the meantime, we'll also get another summon with Jyoti. That one. No, wrong one. That one. Down there as well. Extra pairs of hands, always handy. And there he is, look. Phantom Fedoran. He's got... I think he fights for him. I think he fights himself. I don't think you can control him. Can you? No, you can't.
This weapon's no good to me.
How do you make him use his... Oh, I think he just uses his stuff. There we go.
Let's go.
Just let him run rampant at this point. Corrosive Breath. Necrotic Lance. Ooh. Boehner has come. Boehner has come. We've got a cloak which helps us to disengage rather quickly, and for her crimes we shall shoot her with this.
I hope nobody saw that.
Bush! Yeah, that's what you get for trying to kill me, love.
So much for you.
Jolly good shot. Ooh, Nomad's Brigandine. 12 armor rating. Lone Vanguard. With Horde. Armor rating 12. Could be good for Nadok, something like that, but quite like it. Current armor. 11. Slightly better. I like the action speed though with this one. His kind of maniacal attacks getting faster and faster. It kind of goes nicely.
Happy to oblige. All right.
With the build. But that was good. So we can get, like, you know, Fedoran's extra Phantom there. Jyoti's got a summon that can do, it can control.
Yeah.
It's all extra pairs of hands in the fight. Makes a big difference. I don't know why we are suffering here. Right, did we get that Kill Boehner? So Nungata is in Serpent's Crown. To see with the Shark, Valiant Trading Company for the hand-ins.
You must get
All right.
party before venturing forth.
Don't worry, my dear. The party is gathered. And now, we venture forth to Chornu. Oh, away, a voyager. Will we make it? Okay, we're not desperate, and we're still kind of recovering, so we'll go to Sayuka. Rather than tracing that ship halfway across the Deadfire. A little bit of exploration whilst we're here, just a wee nosy about. Royal Deadfire Company, Takabna, and the Crookspur Captain, a slaver. We should probably start, we should really take down maybe slaver ships. If there's one ship that we can take down willy-nilly, without fear, it would probably be them, I would have guessed. Okay, Sayuka! We are here. I'm kind of intrigued. What we get if we supply here in terms of ship stuff, but nothing major. Some more ship supplies to help with the repairing of our hull after our last fight. So here is Sayuka. It is a colonial port town. It doesn't look massively big. That takes us to the wilderness. We've got the market here. We've got the workshop here. Fleet Master's office. And a longhouse. So we are here to look for Seraphin's chappie. And that's about it, I think.
What can
I
do
was going to
for
consider ending the session, but you know what? We'll continue on.
Happy to oblige.
We'll go into overtime here. Why not? And Nadog's ready to level up.
I hear you.
Which we'll do before the next session.
To Sayuka.
I thank you kindly.
You are welcome in Sayuka, traveler, as surely as the winds stir the sea.
She gives us a sunny smile.
No, no, no. How many times must I demonstrate the proper way to greet a visitor?
The Undersecretary makes emphatic chopping motions with his hand, a snarl curling his thin lips.
I say, I must have forgotten again. Will you remind me of the line, Undersecretary?
We say clear skies, traveler. Simple, elegant, and no smiling. Do you understand, Greeter Tebe?
Can you repeat it once more? I want to make sure I've got it.
I think she's been a little bit facetious here. The Undersecretary opens his mouth to speak, but his expression abruptly clouds. He shoots a scowl at Tebe and elects instead not to dignify her joke at his expense.
Questions, traveler?
Yes, it's my first time here. What can you tell me about Sayuka?
Sayuka, known to my people as Rubiri, is a colonial outpost of the Royal Deadfire Company.
Fedoran's face drops.
The island of Sayuka is the Royal Deadfire Company's center of engineering research and development in the archipelago.
I see.
Our work is directed by Fleet Master Okaya, the youngest Browatian ever to hold the title. Best of her class at the Naval Academy in Tokoa, and a brilliant engineer, our Fleet Master.
I see.
You forgot to mention the giant sharks, Undersecretary.
Giant sharks?
Giant sharks, giant coral, giant trees, Akira. The only thing not bigger in Sayuka is Asquana.
small mercy.
No one knows why things grow large in Sayuka, but there are all sorts of theories. Me? I think Gallowayne smiles on us.
She blushes.
Superstition is unbecoming of a Royal Deadfire Company officer, Tebe.
I say, it's a lucky thing I'm not one then.
Well, I thank you for the warm greeting. I really do have urgent business here, and I can't stand all day chatting. Fedoran's tone becoming noticeably a bit more curt. Right. Let's not stay here longer than is necessary. Rimaro. Where would one supply oneself here, I wonder? Fleetmaster's quarters? She might know who comes and goes. The workshop? The longhouse? Well, go to the closest place that we can see so far. Fleetmaster's quarters it is.
Trouble, I hope.
Trouble? Me? But of course not. Fleetmaster Okayo stares with unwavering intensity at the small sea of papers strewn across her desk. She holds a pencil lightly in one hand and absently taps the tip of it against her lips. After a moment, a low hum escapes her throat. The sound ends with a harsh scoff, then she flicks her eyes to meet yours.
Artillery trajectory calculations. Terribly tedious and lamentably imprecise in a storm.
As she chews on the end of her pencil, her gaze grows distant, like she's watching something behind you.
But the numbers distract me. Where are my manners? You must be the watcher the Hazanui sent.
Sent?
You found me with a rare spare moment.
Are you the Fleetmaster?
Did you not read the name on the door before you came in? You do know you're in the office of the Fleet Master, I hope.
Well, I did wonder.
I'm a Fleet Master of the Rawatayan Navy stationed at Sayuka, a research colony of the Royal Deadfire Company.
I see. Okay, so there's nothing we can say to her that's going to progress anything that we are here to do. How very rude. Typical of these people.
You ever thought about changing the color of your fur? Merkberries will stain your skin for weeks.
Oh, think I were born blue, eh? Think being this pretty come natural.
Well, dang, Seraphim. I never knew you were so fancy.
Yeah, but mayhaps I'll be giving them Merkberries a go. Ain't never been marooned before.
Was it Bernard? Bernard the cat? Strange name for a cat, Bernard, but hey-ho. You find a man dressed in worn, dirty leather armour. His long, scraggly beard is encrusted with salt. His curling hair has clearly not seen a comb in some time, and the toenails of his bare feet are cracked and torn. The only thing of any value that he carries is an amulet.
Oh, greetings. Might I help you with something?
Oh, is he another one of those teacher people?
I suppose. I was a proud man once. A gold pack knight. Then I took a job and it went poorly. I could no longer stay with the Order after that. In the years since, I have wandered the length of the Deadfire, dedicating my life to self-discipline and abstination from worldly distractions. It is only through suffering that the soul becomes strong. Do you understand?
Yes, I see, yes, I see.
I should hope that you do, young man. Be on your way, then.
Yeah, it's another one of those sort of teachy people.
Oi, Cap! There he be.
Huh?
There be Romaro. Sure as my arse be blue.
Oh, we found him then.
I wish you'd not come, my lad. Pleased though I be to see you. Even Aldi's anarchists spare no mercy for mutineers.
Seraphim breaks away and peers up at Romaro.
Aye, but you, a traitor? The very thought of it be ludicrous. Return with us. I'll be protecting you, and we'll be seeing your fair judging.
With a slow shake of his head, Romaro swallows.
I can't, Blue. Much as I loathe to leave. I'm dead to these waters, and they to me.
Seraphim gapes and sputters before finding his response.
Break my biscuits and call me Swabby. You've gone addled in your dotage, ain't you?
The other looks up to you, lip twitching.
Captain, can you talk some sense into this crusty old salt?
You trust him? You trust him, do you, Seraphim, after what he's done recently with his talking? And if not on the seas, then where exactly do you intend to go?
My crew, those few souls who followed me from the Sorcerer, and I set sail for lands west. The Reach, perhaps, or the Living Lands. Perhaps we'll run trade from Edir or Valia. Wherever fortune leads.
But that be the far fucking side of Aora.
Ach, a journey and a half, to be certain.
And why would you leave the Principe?
The Principi have changed, and not for the better. Once, we aligned behind a common purpose. Now, we fractured into two extremes, each wallowing in its own corruption.
And is it true what you're accused of?
I've not heard every charge against me, but that of mutiny, of that charge, I bear guilt.
Seraphim's ears droop. He reaches for Romaro, but stops short, letting his hands fall.
Why? The Sorcerer were our home and kin. We're our cock-swelling pride. And you bartered it to an half-drowned old elf for a pint-bilged fucking clipper? 14 years I spent swabbing them decks. Longer yet for you. Captain Bastion trusted you. I trusted you.
His glare rises to meet Romaro's eyes.
Ac, bon amico. Sientere, Seraphim. I've disappointed you, hurt you. No words can justify my actions. I only hope you believe me, that I did what needed doing.
How can I?
Did this have something to do with your captain trafficking slaves?
How did you?
Romaro blinks, then shakes his head.
Captain Bastion had the Sorcerer slaving.
Seraphim blinks, expression blank. His mouth opens, closes, opens again. His fur bristles, ears angling lower.
Slaving? What kind of fathom-headed hornswoggle be this? The Sorcerer were my kin. They weren't slaving. I hunted slavers for the captain. We freed slaves together.
So I also believed. But Bastion sold those we saved to the Crooksburg slavers. I found records of it in his quarters, almost a decade's worth. When I confronted him, it went poorly.
Rage rushes through your blood, flushing your skin, and cold hate spirals along the length of your spine as confusion blurs your vision. Sand beneath your feet, crusted and blooded. You, young and small, filthy and shaking in fright. Cheers from all corners. Jeers, too, and the shouts of the kith before you are Maua and thrice your height, heavy muscle and soft fat wrapped in bright robes. Don't make me go again, you plead. Don't make me... His heavy hand sends you sprawling in the sand to a chorus of jubilant applause. You bounce to your feet as the other slave boy approaches. You feel his thoughts, a tickle in the back of your mind, his fear, greater than your own. What can you do? Only one may live. You silence everything but the anger, but the hate, and it propels you, snapping forward, grasping hands, the blow light fast. Can't even read. The blows light but fast, and the other youth all screams.
Sientere, bon amico. Forgive me. I meant you not to know. To keep your faith in our traditions, to remain optimistic, a bright star within the Principe.
Well, let us not here You know, let's not waste time wallowing in the rain. The story has been told, Serafen. You have heard it plain, you have heard it true. I leave it to you to make the decision.
Cut him loose, Cap. Aye, he did the Deadfire a fine turn by sinking them slavers. But among the Consuelo, mutiny means death. Better go on for a no.
Well, you've heard, Serafen Romaro. We shall leave you be.
Agrasima, Watcher. The Clipper will be loaded soon, and then we'll be away. Cores, Serafin. Bon amico. Take this. May you have rare cause to use it.
So this is some kind of a blunderbuss. Superb. Explosive shot. This could be a weapon to use.
I hope we meet again someday. On calmer seas.
Cores, bon amico.
Okay.
Ahoy, Cap. Benjuriatic. Shody seems a right fine lass and all, but, well, she asked me to pick around in the forts. Told her I didn't see nothing. I bounced right off of her. But that were a lie.
Well, we remember this because he mentioned, yeah. We knew he saw something, but he didn't tell us the whole truth, and he said he'll tell us a bit later. So, finally deciding to open up. Maybe to distract himself about what's just happened. Is it for us to ask what he saw? Yeah, of course it is. We need to know all the details to make, you know, we're the captain of this crew, and we need to know when things may affect the party. Yes. What did you see?
Darkness, Cap, and little but. Then fires, make an ash of everything.
He shudders, and you feel a cold wave roll off of him, like being doused by a stormy swell. It washes over you, and you find yourself aboard Lord Fedoran's main deck. Something unseen presses down upon you, and you hear the ship groan beneath you. You're alone, save for the corpses. Serafen, Adair, Nadog, Joti, and so many others. Their wide, unblinking eyes reflect the burning sky above, and the dark sea beneath you churns as if boiling. With a crash like thunder, the ship breaks apart and you plunge into water that is either so cold it burns or so hot that it freezes you solid. The vision washes past and you find yourself looking at the Blue Orlan. That was unpleasant, to say the least.
I touched her mind for a second, but felt something pull me in and keep me trapped for what seemed like days. I ain't seen its like before. Sometimes old sorts get nightmares so that I can't bunk around them, but they usually ain't this flavour of apocalyptic.
Well, as I have said to Adair in the past, honesty is the best policy, if you get my meaning.
It's been my experience, Cap, that honesty's as like to bite you on the arse than not. If that be your thinking, though, I'll stow my instincts.
Oh.
Sure.
Quite the vision. Okay, so we are pretty much done here. We have, of course, got a couple more extra places to visit. The Longhouse, market for some shopping, there's the workshop, and then we can go into the island just to finish off a few little bits and get some more supplies out there. But then we'll be done. So we'll kick that off in the next session to finish off here. And then after we have done here, I think the next port of call on our list would be, well, we can't see it now, but I think it might well be Crook Spur because it's not too far from here. We've got a couple of things to do there, so that could well be what we choose to do next, but we'll decide for certain next time. Until then, see you soon.